can't count apparently. The info paragraph, I said I'd do a rehash video, and just to remind you of the things that need to go into them. And so very quickly, there we go. Objective, okay? They're written objectively, which means they have no opinions, no opinionated language, they have no opinion-laden punctuation. So this is a no-no because it suggests an emotional attachment, okay? And an information paragraph just gives information. It's objective. An opinion paragraph is subjective, which means it has opinions. But you want no opinions whatsoever. Just the facts, ma'am, just the facts, as it said in the old TV show. Also, try to remember, double spacing, supposed to be for teacher comments, although if you're submitting it, well, it'll still give me room for making comments if I print them off, but it's also easier for reading. There's a space up in the top right corner on the toolbar that has like this symbol, and it'll look like this. And this, if you click on this in the toolbar, it'll allow you to choose double spacing. So just type all the way around, back and forth, and then you can click on this either at the beginning or the end. All right, basic elements, introduction, all right, body of facts that have been prioritized. These are the ones that you've been chosen as the most, chosen most relevant, okay? They're the most relevant facts that you want to communicate, all right? The most relevant facts that you want to communicate. Transitions between those facts, and just to remind you about what transitions are, guys, transition words, they assist the reader flow through a paragraph or a report or an essay, etc. They can be used in a letter as well to move from point to point to point that you have to communicate, whether it's a business or a personal letter. So additive transition words, these ones add on, right? They add on the next fact. So also, another, in addition to, firstly, secondly, the third aspect is, and furthermore, okay? Contrary ones you want to avoid if you are trying to just keep information on one side. So you tend to be, if you are writing a subjective opinion paragraph, you would completely avoid contrary ones. Probably for most info ones, there wouldn't be too much of a need for a contrary either. What they do is they take you to the other side, right? On the other hand, however, although, and then lastly, we've got the summative ones. These ones conclude, right? They're conclusive ones. So lastly, finally, most importantly, if you're going to be giving a point that you feel is the most important, it probably should come at the end, right? Because you want, that's the fact or the last piece of information or proof if it was a subjective opinion one. The most important fact that you want the reader to leave with. And then in conclusion, all right, as part of the conclusion sentence, it can be done. The conclusion sentence should speak to it for itself on its own way. But anyways, here we go. So transition words are needed. And lastly, a conclusion. The thing about the conclusion is it mirrors intro, but not written, but not written the same, which is pretty boring, right? It should not be in conclusion and then the intro sentence right after. That's not what you want to do. You want to try and sum up, and you want to try and include the idea that you are setting out with in the intro, but not have it worded exactly the same. So let's give an example here. I wrote a info paragraph, an objective info paragraph about playgrounds. So we're going to start with that intro, okay? Playgrounds have many distinct elements. Again, there's no opinion here. All we're doing is setting up our topic and what we're going to be talking about, the elements of playgrounds. For one thing, here's our transition. Playgrounds often have slides, typically made from plastic or metal. Metal slides will tend to get hot in the summer sun and burn flesh if children stay too long on their flat surfaces. So here's the fact. For one thing, playgrounds often have slides typically made from plastic or metal. Then there's the connected aspect. I clarify that the metal slides actually are dangerous in their own way. These were quite common when I was a kid. We have the plastic ones now, but as you know, the plastic ones will get a static charge and you get quite a shock from them sometimes. Anyways, I could have included that as a separate point, but I didn't. I wanted to move on. Many playgrounds. Oh, here we go. For one thing, also, transitions, many playgrounds also have swing sets, some of which include safety straps for the youngest or challenged individuals. So the swing sets are the fact number 2. I really haven't said much about them. In this case, I've kind of taken liberties because of time here, that you understand what a swing set is, but probably an explanation of a swing set would be worthwhile. Here's the add-on, the safety straps for the youngest and challenged individuals. All right, here we go. Lastly, older playgrounds. Okay, older playgrounds may still have merry-go-rounds. So there's number 3, fact number 3, though they tend to have been removed due to the risk of injury. All right, so there's my add-on. If you've never been on a merry-go-round, and I don't mean a big one where the horses are and you hold on. I'm talking about one of these tiny, small little ones where they spun them around as fast as they could and you felt like you were going to puke. Those were lots of fun when I was a kid. Now, of course, we're missing one more element, and it's the conclusion. Having said that, I've given you 1, 2, 3 facts here with some connected comments. In some paragraphs, like say a Glacier paragraph, you'll be needing to write more paragraph or more elements, more facts that you're going to put on there that you're going to explain clearly. You might need to have 6, 7, 8 facts on there. A paragraph opens and closes an idea. It takes as long as it takes to write. So don't be freaked out if your paragraph seems too long. That's okay. It's just the opening and closing of an idea. So if it takes up a whole page, don't worry about it. If it moves on to the next, don't worry about it. All right? You're not writing an essay. You're just writing a simple paragraph, an info paragraph. 5, 6, 7 facts, whatever facts you put in there, it's okay. It's still one topic that you intro and conclude. So we need a conclusion here. And remember what I said, it mirrors the intro. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to write down in conclusion, playgrounds have many distinct elements. But I want something similar, okay? When passing a park, a playground may be identified by these aspects, elements, features. These words are all synonymous, right? Just a simple change up of words for synonyms is often a good way to make something your own. Elements, features, aspects, synonymous words. You just tinker with it a little bit, okay? So, intro, fact 1, a little connected aspect to it. Fact 2, add-on. Fact 3, add-on. All of them separated by transition words. And then our conclusion, which is not the same, but it sums up and it is similar. It mirrors the intro. Okay, there's our review of paragraph writing in case you needed a hand. Have fun with your Glacier paragraphs.